Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Giro Shen again with another ship video. This one is a upgrade to the Razorleaf. I call it the Razorflight. As you can see, this is a B class of ship, and currently running the stats as you can see on the screen. I've got a 420 fuel, which gets me anywhere I want to go. It's probably a little bit excessive, but that's what I got. 1152 hull, not a bad amount of health for a B. 1639 cargo. I'm a little over right now because I'm not on board the ship and I boost the cargo. I have 760 of it as shielded cargo. I have a 36 reactor, 5 crew, 27 jump, 1242 shield. That's after my modification, I believe. I got 3 sets of weapons, particle beams and ballistic, and that's what you can see about the ship. Now it's a fairly straightforward ship. It is what I call a one-level ship. I like to build those. It's got one level of stuff, and now what I'm going to do is tear it apart while you're watching. So it may be a little bit tedious here at the beginning, but we'll get through it, I'm sure. So we're going to ship builder. And I'll start highlighting the pieces that I want to bring for the first go round of things we're pulling off. And this is the upper layer of equipment that I have on there. I think I have all the pieces. I'm looking again just to be sure. Let's see. I need this equipment plate, that equipment plate, and that equipment plate. There we go. And now we'll just pull that off, move it over to the side and the top like so. Now, back at the basis of the ship. This is the basic ship. Of course, I have taken off some requisite pieces, but this is the basic ship. So, underneath here, I have some weaponry. I have this one, this one, this one, and this one that I'm just going to pull forward for now, just to get them out of the way. And that's roughly where they go, so we'll keep them right there. So, here's the top row. We're just going to pull it apart. I'm going to highlight piece by piece, and we'll pull it off to the side, assuming I'm not so stupid as to try and drag things. I'm going to take the engines with this go as well, even though they hit 2 levels of ship. We're going to take them anyway. And then we're going to move that up into the left, so that we have, I guess I'm going to move it down into the left. Stick it right there. Right there. Okay. And then we have the lower level down below it, and there's really nothing beneath that. Just the sticks that come out of the pieces that are included in it. So those are the 3 pieces of the build. We'll start at the bottom. Now this was built from the Razorleaf, and I did get rid of a lot of parts. I think almost everything is brand new. So we're just going to call them out piece by piece. Here I always start with the landing bay. It's a 120 LD, one of my favorite landing bays. It's one of my favorites because it doesn't look like a whale in the front. That's the only way I can describe the Hope Tech. And as you go into it, you can see that it has the ladder going up instead of the door in the back. So I like the ladder going up. That gets me off of the base level, and as you can see, nothing here is a hab. So I've got no habs down here at the bottom at all. So in the front I got the 120 LD landing bay by Demos. Then I have 5 Stroud bracers, one behind it, one or two on either side on the wings. Bridging them, I have an engine, the SA4110 engines, and the grav drive, the 13G Aurora, and the Z Machine 4000 reactor, because I like those and I chose them, and that's what I'm using. And I also have the Almond 7 engine, which I needed to round out some of my propulsion issues in order to get the maneuverability that I wanted. And two of the Caravelle V101 cargo holds, and a pair of the Deimos braking engines. Oh, and you can see this is actually not a Stroud mid-bracer. These are landing bays. They're the AccuLander 11 landing gears, which look like that, and they have a thing on the side so I can attach things to it. Then I have more cargo. I have 200 cm ballast shielded cargo holds, two on each side, again attached to this engine and attached to the landing bay, because the engine also has a side attachment. So that was how I did that, and I actually have that. That is usually an arrangement that goes on the other side, but I stuck it over here anyway because of the side attachment. And then up front, I have two more landing gears, the Hope 6 landing gear, port and starboard. And that's what I have on the bottom row. Pretty straightforward. Nothing really surprising there for a B. I do have the 500T HE3 tanks, which is what gives me my 420. They're 210 each for my 420 fuel. Above that, I have this section. Now this section is half function, half looks good. So I have three of the Deimos companionways that they help to bridge all my gaps. So this one ties in my engine, so I can attach my engines to that companionway, and I get those two engines attached to the ship. Over here I have two 2x1s, also Deimos, and one is an all-in-one berth and one is a workshop. On the other side I have an all-in-one berth and infirmary, and really I should change this. No, not that one. I should change this one. I thought I had made an armory over there, and I like having an armory on this ship because it's the Mantis ship, and the Mantis ship should have an armory. And then I'm using the CP220 Viking cockpit, which gives me 280 cargo space and 4 crew stations. It also gives me the 2 attachments for guns underneath. So I attached those guns. Where'd they go? Oh, they're up front, that's right. So anyway, I attached them there because I had the place to do so, and it kind of looks cool. So some of what I do is the look cool thing. I have 2 of these Nova radiators. I just got better flips as a mod, so I'm hoping to get that little angle piece on this side. If we can't, we can't, but we're going to try and do that. I just haven't tried it yet. I'm using 3 portholes in the back so people can look out. And then the rest of it is Deimos wings. It's just an arrangement. A's, B's, C's, B's, and A's again on both sides. And that's what gave me the kind of Razor look, or I'm going to use a trademark word here, Batman look. So it gave me a good look to what I was putting together here. Now let's put this back on top. It just slips right into place there, and as you can see already we're almost all together. We just have to put some of these pieces back. So I'll start with the ones underneath. Basically these are 4 of the obliterators. The other 2 are on top. So we have 6 of the Vanguard obliterators. Love these guns. These are great guns. We put 2 underneath, and then we put 2 under the cockpit. Then these ones went above the ones I put underneath. So that gave us those 6 obliterators. Now I wanted something else to go with it, so I got 3 of these 3330As, which are max power 4 each for 5 fire rate and 20.89 damage per shot. But the 3500 range was what I was looking for here. And so I put those in place in order to give me that little bit extra range and to give me another set of particle beams, because I like the dual particle beam setup. Now we'll just pop these back in place. Now the rest of it is pretty much tied around looks. I have, well, most of the rest of it. We'll talk about those in a second. I have the portholes and these radiators that go on along with the front ones. We'll take those, and then a shield, and we'll put those in place. Now see what that, oh, I missed one. No, this is the, I also have the slim docker in that same spot there, giving us a kind of a half cluttered look. Then I have the Deimos Spine Cs. I love these. I use them on so many different builds. On them I have loaded 2 of the Hellfire autocannons on each one. And I like these because of the third spot. So if I decide to go with the third, once I get a little more power, above the 35, if I get to like the 30, I think there's a 37 for the B. And once I put that, those extra 2 points of power, I can throw 2 more of the the Hellfire autocannons on there in that top mount, giving me 6 for a full load of the 12 power. You don't need the full 12 power, and it's actually better to fully power something than just go for a 12 regardless of anything else. But everybody gets to choose the way they play, and so if you're one that you like to have a 12 power, I know a couple people, they don't like to have their weapons at less than 12, they don't like to have their engine at less than 12, they don't like to have their shield at less than 12, and they don't like to have their grab at less than 12. They like it to be maxed out. Well, I don't like that. I like to mostly be able to power everything, which is why I have 5 points of extra power personally. I have 2 crew members that give me another 1. That puts me up to 42 power, only has to take off 6 power from the build. Although I think I don't have all my crew members on board right now. But that's the build. That is the Razor, what did I call it, Razor Blade? The Razorflight. The flight of the Razor. And it's a pretty cool build. I kind of kept it true to the Razorleaf colors and color scheme. But other than that, yeah, that was how I built it. And now I'm going to take it up and we'll see how it does in space. And you can see it here, and I did have some pictures, and I'll put a thumbnail up for this one, but we're going to go ahead and see how she runs.
Ship's good. Buckle up and let's go.
Now, I had it all apart, so because I had it all apart, none of my settings are all kept, although maybe when I get to space they'll return, maybe they won't.
Maneuvering into position.
And they did keep them. Yeah, you can see I don't have everybody on my crew right now that I want on here. But anyway, this is the build. Last time I was up I had meteors. Doesn't look like I got any this time. Does look like I have some. So max speed with myself and with Cowboy on here is, as you can see, about 245 with boost. I got to hit the actual boost key. Running about 960, 950 right in there somewhere, which is pretty fast. We'll just spin around real quick. I'm going full speed, so it spins kind of slow. And you can see that's quite a distance I traveled. Yeah, I don't fly very well outside the cockpit. Sorry. Slow down to running speed. You can see she runs pretty good. We'll flip over. That's not terrible. No side to side. And then we'll do a 360 roll. I guess we'll make it a 720. And that's her. That is the Razorflight. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully there'll be more. This was not really a build video, more of an exposition. And I will have a build video coming up on some other ones, one of which is a very popular model called the Phoenix Rising. I don't remember which one I called it, but it's a Phoenix build, and it's a little different and a lot of fun, and hopefully you'll stick around for that one. In the meantime, you have a great day, and peace out.